Now, this fight has definitely become the sort of grand national of boxing, hasn't it? Because people who are not even bothered about boxing are talking about where they're going to watch it, who they're going to watch it with. People I thought weren't into boxing at all are saying, "No, I can't wait for the fight." So if you're one of those that's jumped on the bandwagon and you've never seen Seconds Out before, Ricky is a friend of the show. We've had him on a few times, we've had a bit of fun. So here's a little look back at Ricky on Seconds Out.
British fighters don't really get the respect, you know, Americans, they probably do. You know, Americans probably think, oh, British fighters, you know, they win a few fights, maybe win the world titles and then stay in England defending it, you know, and you know, they always have the opinion that whenever we fight their best or go over to America, we always come a cropper, so to speak. But you know, I want to be one of the fighters, you know, that isn't, you know, that doesn't want to do that. I mean, the American, excuse me, the American sports writers have already, as well in 2005, voted me their, you know, fighter of the year. You know, for a British fighter to get, you know, accolades that, get the respect off him, he's quite, you know, hard to come by. So I feel very proud of him. I started at 10 years of age, you know, and I had all that amateur experience, boxed all over the world, and what I've done as a professional, you know, I'd like to pass that on, that knowledge on to, you know, some young kid out there, you know, and you know, hopefully, you know, pass the knowledge on to a young kid or a youngster coming through. Hopefully they can get the sort of life and joy that I've got from boxing.
He's a top lad, isn't he? He has got to win this fight. We all know that. He's got to win this. I know he's not watching, and it's too late now to all start talking about wishing him luck and everything, but I reckon the whole country's behind him. I'll tell you what, we were talking to the HBO cameramen and all them when they were over filming him for 24/7, and they all want him to win, and they weren't just saying that. Half of America, if not more of them, want him to beat Mayweather. About that. Right, I'm going to take a short break now. Join me in part 2 of this special Hatton Seconds Out special. I'll be giving you some odds on when you should bet on Ricky to knock him out. I'm going to go for maybe round 8 or round 9, but it's up to you. It's worth a couple of quid, isn't it? I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to part 2. I'm absolutely knackered already. I don't know how he does it. Actually, I do know how he does it. Kerry Kayes. The man that can get absolutely anyone as fit as a fiddle, even ready to take on Floyd Mayweather. I had to have a chat with him before Ricky headed off. Here he is. Kerry, you've done your part. He's looking brilliant, better than ever, really, isn't he?
Well, we're 90% there. We're 90% there. We've still got to make the weight. But I mean, to be truthful, we could make the weight this weekend, Barney. And it's not just about getting on the scales at the right weight. It's getting on the scales fully hydrated, fully nutritioned, so the body's ready for the next day.
Has it made any difference? I mean, is it £7 more he has to be for this one?
Yeah, it's made a massive difference because, first of all, we've had 14 weeks' notice. We only had 5.5 weeks' notice for the last fight. So we've had 14 weeks' notice, and I've been able to give him some extra specific nutrients because I've got that extra £7 to play with. There's certain nutrients that can hold a little bit of water in the muscle, and creatine phosphates, which will give you extra energy in the muscle, but the downside is they can hold a little bit of water in the muscle, and therefore you could, if you're tight at the weight, it could mess it up. But because we're not going to be tight at the weight, I've been able to give him a few extra things, and it's certainly paying dividends.
So that's been easier, and he's not really been having as much Guinness as he normally does in between fights, has he?
Well, not for 14 weeks, but I mean, speak to us after the fight. And while we're on air, Barney, please don't phone me up at 4 o'clock in the morning again, getting times wrong.
Sorry about that. I got my times mixed up. I thought you were in Ireland. Listen, Kerry, all the best, and well done with your part, and let's hope it goes well.
Thanks very much, Barney.
I took some stick, you know, from Kerry Kayes over ringing him last time he was in America at 4 in the morning. How was I supposed to know what time it is in America? Right, anyway, we're going to catch up with a few faces now. Some of them you're definitely going to recognise, get their opinions of what's going to happen on Saturday night.
Are you going to be watching the Ricky Hatton fight this weekend?
More than likely, yeah.
Who are you supporting? Who do you think is going to win?
Ricky Hatton.
What do you think, why do you think Ricky?
Oh, he's just awesome.
I like boxing, yeah.
Will you be watching the fight?
Yes, I like boxing.
Well, it will be a tough fight for Ricky Hatton, but, you know, everyone would like to see him win, really, wouldn't they? And I think he's more hungry for it.
OK, how far do you think it will go, the full distance?
Well, everyone wants it to get a full distance to get, you know, they can see a good fight, obviously, but, you know, about 8 rounds, something like that. I think it'll be a bit of 8 rounds.
Chris, I know I recognise her face, but it's from darts, isn't it? That's where I know you from.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big fan of Ricky's, friend as well.
Yeah, I've known Ricky a long time. Actually, I actually started going to his fights before I got the chance to meet him, and yeah, we've built up quite a friendship.
You're not from these parts, I'm guessing.
No, I actually live in Stoke, but I'm from Bristol originally for my sins.
Have you ever got into the ring yourself?
Yeah, years ago. Yeah, me and my brother were both sort of active schoolboy boxers. So yeah, it's more of a passion nowadays than a hobby. I don't think I'd last too long in there with the growling pit bull.
Darts is more of a psychological sort of edge in it. You need to really be switched on to keep your focus, similar to what he's going to have to do in America, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of the same thing. It's sort of a one-on-one situation. There's nowhere really to hide, and you know, I suppose in a small fashion, I suppose darts are the same. But yeah, I'd rather be playing Phil Taylor than do what Ricky does. That's for sure. But yeah, it's a big ask.
Did you get beat by Barney the other night?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 5-3 in the first round of the Grand Slam of darts, which is on ITV.
It's the name, you see, Barney. You can't beat that name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can you do it then, Chris? Can you go out to Vegas and beat this guy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, his friends didn't write him off against Costazoo, but majority, I'd say 90% of the press did. They thought it was an impossible task, and to be honest, he handled it quite well. Considering the step up in class, I think in that fight he proved it. And if there was any doubt in the way he dealt with Castillo in that fashion, Mayweather had 24 rounds with the man and didn't really have him in any kind of trouble. So that stands him in good stead, and he's had a great training camp. He looks so sharp, and just the sound. I mean, I've spent many hours in here listening and just taking it all in, and you can tell. And the way he's covering the ring, and he's going to need to. I mean, Mayweather's going to be on his toes for the old fight, but he can run, but I don't think he's going to be able to hide.
Neither of them have lost a fight, so do you think it's going to be quite a tough one?
I think it might be, but I think Floyd Mayweather at the same time may well have taken kind of his eye off the ball a wee bit. I've seen some comments he made this morning saying he hasn't seen Hatton fight before, so I think he might be in for a bit of a surprise. And you know, certainly the last couple of fights that Ricky Hatton's had, he can fire and throw a punch, and Floyd Mayweather better be ready for him.
What round do you think it'll get to?
I think it might go at least 7 or 8, if not the whole distance.
A knockout?
I don't think so. I think they've both got very good chins, and I think it'll be a very difficult match. I think it was Lennox Lewis said it has to be over in 3 or 4. I'd be very, very surprised if it was over in 3 or 4. Then again, Lennox Lewis, the former heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm not.
Who are you going to be hoping to win? Who do you think will win?
I hope Ricky, but I can't say it, but you never know, do you?
No, so you think that Mayweather's in for just a bit more of a chance? Why is that?
I think Ricky's not got the speed and the class to beat this young fella, but you never know, do you? I hope so, for Manchester, but look up to the Evans, you never know, do you?
I must admit, as cocky as I think he is, when he put that United top on, he almost won me over, you know.
Ah, yeah, United fan, yeah. You should have put a bottom one on, it would have been even better, you know.
Yeah, see, how would you have felt? You would have thought, oh, yeah, good move, yeah.
But I think he's done that for the British people here are going to be behind this fight no matter what. Yeah. I think it's going to be a massive fight to get men to go over. There's so many people going to America, like Ricky was saying, they've only give like just under 4,000 tickets, and there's about 20,000 people going. I think there'll be more people going over, you know, to support the event. Yeah. It will be massive. I can't make it myself because I'm fighting December day in Bolton. But I think my money's on Ricky as well. I think he's going to go there, do the job and bring him back. I can see Mayweather being a bit, you can tell he's a bit on the edge because that's the way he is. Every press conference I've seen. Yeah. But yeah, I think he's going to disappoint him and he's going to win.
I watched Hatton's last match and he looked better than Mayweather though.
How far do you think it'll go? Do you think it'll go the distance?
No, I think it'll go to like the 6th round and Hatton will knock him out.
Are we watching